wanted to move a motion. I wanted to move a motion for the investigation on the ills of corrupt practice in Ajaokuta Steel Company. I listed that motion 5 times. It was the 6th time that it was listed on the order paper that was approved. Many senators can testify to that. Each time the motion is listed, just before he takes it, he will say, oh, Senator Natasha, we can't take this motion because the board of the Senate does not accommodate it. Or he will speak on others and then let it drag so that just before the motion is taken, the time will be well spent and won't. So he kept on doing that. I went to him in his office. And I said, Senate President, you know how important this Ajaokuta Steel Company to me is. You know how important it is to my people and to Nigerians. I've noticed that you have stepped down this motion. As a matter of fact, a number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it. I was like, sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important. It's been listed. Then it was listed the 3rd time I stepped down. He then said, Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me and make me happy. At that point, I said, sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this. He said, well, the ball is in your court. I left his office, and when I got home, I told my husband, I didn't tell my husband what happened. I just told my husband, please, can you speak to the Senate President to allow my motion scale?
Now, that was Natasha, one of the senator representing Kogi, was from some part of Kogi State. Now, she came on Arise television to make this allegation that the reason why they've been having these issues and the reason why the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, has been making things difficult for her in the Senate is because he wants to sleep with her. But she's saying no. Let me just put it. That is why, because she said no, Oga has been frustrating her in the house. Anytime she brings any bill for them to talk about, Baba will frustrate it, even when to the extent that to get to a closing time. He has done it several times. You can go to Arrest, whatever, to listen to it now. He got to her neck. That is why she became so angry with an outburst that particular day in the Senate. You understand me? To the extent that the Senate President wanted to suspend her, or probably he has, I don't know if he has suspended her already, because I think he has that power, you know, as a Senate President. They call it SP or whatever. So I think the next day or in 2 days' time or something, the presenter, or should I say the CEO of a Berekete family in Human Rights Radio, called her. I think she did not even know that she was on live. He was the one that ordinary President Ahmed Issa, sorry to say, the best radio station you can think about. He called her and said, Madam, you're on air. Can you narrate what happened? And she narrated it, and the Senate was so angry, and he said they want to summon, what did they call it? Berekete family CEO to come and explain why they gave her listening ear. You can imagine how stupid these people are. Anyway, to cut the long story short, the problem here is that she has made an allegation, and I like what she said at the beginning of the interview. She said the Senate President has the right to come and defend himself. That is a very brilliant woman talking. You know, on the other news, listen to me, the wife of the Senate President came out and said the husband is a very humble man. He cannot do that. That the husband is a very humble man, that he cannot do that. This is the same man that a lot of people have already alleged that he has a lot of side chick and he has slept with a lot of people, allegedly. That is what, if you go on internet and just type Senator Godswill Akpabio and his side chicks and whatever, you see the results. Yes. There are a lot of allegations that might seem to be true, that might seem to be lies. You can't go to the internet right now and say Peter Obi side chick and you see a bunch of people, because na lie. You know, but this one that they are alleging that this papa do this kind of thing or whatsoever, you see a lot of stories that are linked to this particular one. So Madam came out and said anything Natasha is saying is a lie, that is one of whatever. Just watch the video.
entertaining people whenever he's around. So if the man was walking behind and the conversation was taking place in his presence, he could have heard. Even the body gesticulation could have shown the man that there was something wrong. Security men are always with the SP. So for that night, I knew I served people. People were at home. The house is never empty when he's around, because constituents will be there, Akwa Ibom people will be there, and they never leave him. Whether the house in the village in Okana or the house in Uyo. And there's no way a man that is as disciplined as that can think of, we've always known the man. They were very good friends. Or they are still very good friends.
This story is good. Now, the thing is that a lot of people have been bashing the wife of the Senate president. Because the thing is, this is an official matter. This is not an Akara matter or a family matter. Although these two people are very close, the Senate president and the family of Natasha, they're very, very close. The husband is very close to the Senate president. So we don't know where all these things is coming from, but I don't actually know how to judge such situation. But someone like Natasha cannot just come out and say those kind of allegations where if she's not sure. As of today that I'm recording this video, she came out and said that she has a lot of evidences to back up her claims on national TV. If you are very close to the Senate president, look for how to calm this matter down, because if those evidences come out, maybe WhatsApp chats or recordings or whatsoever come out, Baba, you as a Senate president, if he drop you, I know you people love power. You don't joke with power. You don't joke with power. I want to be power. I want to be in this position. Leave Natasha alone. It is the same Natasha that they frustrated before she came to that seat. The former governor of Kogi State frustrated her. Even went and dug a big pit on a very tight road in the name of he wants to construct a road, just because he doesn't want people to go and vote for her in her constituency. And she won eventually. Leave her alone. People are behind that lady. But I look at it on the other way around, eh? And I saw the Senate president wife. She was saying that her husband is a humble. He's a humble man, and he's a have you seen Natasha? Natasha is a very beautiful woman. So it is very, very possible that if you don't know how to hold your balls very well, if you don't know how to respect yourself, if you're too close to Natasha, maybe when you guys are working together, if you're someone that has this little atom of humanizing in your spirit, you want to ask Natasha out. I remember when she came to a media house I used to work with, and this woman, and you know the funny thing, the first time I met her, she's kind of like humble, you know. She said hi. I don't even stress myself to even do that. She said hi. I say, "Weather, madam," and I passed, you know, with the security and all that, and some of our team members or whatsoever. So she's fine normally, you don't understand. So if you do have this atom of humanizing your boss as a man, you want to ask her because she's fine. So Madam Senate President Wilder is coming to say, leave this matter for your husband to defend himself. Leave the matter for him to defend himself. This is not your business. Yeah, it is your husband. I know when you came out to do those, some people call it damage control, but some will say you're representing your husband. Allow your husband to handle the situation. Don't come and say you want to defend him. If you guys could remember, there's this particular former MD of NDDC when Godswill Akpabio was, I think, the minister of that particular Niger Delta, whatever, if I'm not mistaken. She came and alleged that she slapped the current Senate president because this man was sexually harassing her.
Ogoni woman, the only Nigerian woman that has slapped his face.
Why did you slap him? Why did you slap him?
He slapped him because of his plan B. He thought that he could, since he couldn't get me to take that money, he thought that plan B, if it could come up on me. He didn't know that I'm a Port Harcourt girl. Port Harcourt girls are not moved by money, by somebody telling me that you make me a substantive MD. The Port Harcourt girls are
can
not
we
moved
clarify this? Because this is, we can't gloss over. What is the plan B? He came up on you. What exactly does that mean?
We were having a meeting. Akpabio's meeting with me is either in Apple or at Meridian or whatever. Those are his meetings. I slapped him.
Well, Joy, are you accusing Senator Akpabio of attempted rape? Is that the point you are making?
Harassment sounds better, not rape.
Okay, so you are accusing him expressly of harassment?
Yes, I am accusing him.
You see what I'm talking about? You know, she said it on national TV. Madam wife of Senate President, you didn't come out to talk about this one. you didn't come out to defend your Oga on this one. This thing has been happening. So, I mean, I don't know if you're used to it. It has been happening. So, leave your husband, put your face and hide. Don't put your mouth in this matter. If not, this matter will rub you too much. And I hope this will sink into your head.